Hi, I'm Mrs. Gochin, the Media Specialist at William N. Middle School. In this video, I will demonstrate the basic use of the web-based tool NoodleTools to store your citations and generate your Works Cited page for any research assignment. Directions can also be found in the NoodleTools user guide, which is the purple handout in your research packet. Please turn to that page now. Pause the video until you are ready to continue. So what is NoodleTools? NoodleTools is a set of web-based research tools. For now, we will use the citation tool for generating and saving citations and then generating a Works Cited page from those citations. In this video, you will learn how to log into NoodleTools, create a NoodleTools project for your research assignment, and how to enter citations and then generate a Works Cited page. Okay. So let's go to NoodleTools. It is found at www.noodletools.com. If you forget this address, you can find a link to NoodleTools on the Resources page under the Media Center homepage. If you scroll down to Online Resources, there's a link to NoodleTools here and a link to the user guide, the purple handout right here. So if you ever need to get back to them, there they are. Okay, so hopefully you are on www.noodletools.com. Please pause if you need more time. Every student at WAMS has a NoodleTools account that will last until you graduate from Ridge High School. Your personal ID and password are the same as your computer login. That is, username equals first name, last name, password equals student ID, same as your computer login. So on the purple sheet where it says logging into your NoodleTools account, follow steps 1 and 2. Click Login in the top right of the screen and log in with your personal ID and your password. I need to sign out of my account so I can log in as a WAMS student. The first time you log in, you will be on the Update Profile page. This page is where you will see what school you're associated with, your expected year of graduation from Ridge High School, and then there are two fields, the Initials field and the Phone field. You'll see in the directions that it tells you to put your initials in the Initials field and any 4 digits in the Phone field. We do not use this phone feature, so you do not have to put your real phone number in there, just any 4 digits. So I will put my initials, WAMS student, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. And then click Save Profile. You won't see this screen again. Once you are logged in, you should be on the My Project screen. NoodleTools organizes your citations by project, so every time you begin a new research assignment, you should create a new project for that assignment in NoodleTools. So let's create a project in NoodleTools for your science research. On the purple sheet, we look under Creating a Project, and we simply follow those steps. Step 1. Click on New Project button in top left. Enter a meaningful name in the project title box, and I'll show you a good naming convention that we have here that you should use. We'll set citation style to MLA, that's our format, and citation level to junior for middle school, and then click Submit. So on NoodleTools, we want to click New Project. For project title, we want the grade, so GR6. And then what subject is this? It's science. So let's type science. And then you can do a space, you can do a dash, whatever you prefer. And then what's your research topic? My topic was gold. So that's a good name for my project. I'll know exactly what that is. Citation style, defaulted to MLA. Citation level, defaulted to junior. And then you simply click Submit. Again, pause the video if students need more time to complete this activity. Now you should find yourself on the dashboard. The dashboard is like the dashboard of a car. It is the dashboard for this project. You'll see your project name over here in the left. This is where you can access all the tools that NoodleTools offers. In this video, we're only going to use the Citation and Works Cited page generator. In other videos, you can learn about the other tools in the NoodleTools research environment, and feel free to explore the screen on your own when you have time. Now, before we go on, I'd like to point out something to you. If you go to the top menu bar here and click Projects, this takes you back to the My Project screen. And you can now see your newly created project right here, listed as open. The next time you log into NoodleTools, you will immediately come to the My Project screen, and then you'll see your project. Click on the name of the project to get back to its dashboard to access the tools for that project. Let's do that now so we can continue on to enter our citations. So you should click that project name and be back on the dashboard for your project. We now want to enter citation information in NoodleTools. So you need to turn to your yellow citation information sheet where you recorded the citation information for your sources. Pause the video now until you're ready to continue. Okay, so we will be entering our citation information into NoodleTools. Well, how do we do that? First thing we need to do is click on the Sources button up here in the menu. So click that now. And this takes you to the MLA Works Cited screen. You can see my screen's cut off just a little bit here, but yours should say MLA Works Cited. We want to click on the green Create New Citation box in the top left of the screen. NoodleTools will ask you a couple of questions about your source. We are going to enter the citation information for our Gale Virtual Reference Library ebook, number 1 citation on the yellow sheet. Our ebook was in a database, so once we click Create New Citation, and it asks us where is it, we want to say database, because our ebook was in a database. The next question NoodleTools asks us is what is it, meaning what type of source did we use from the database. In our case it was a book, an ebook, so we will select book from a database. Now we are on the citation input screen. This is where we will fill in these white boxes with the information from our yellow sheet. Not all the fields on this input screen are required, so only fill in the fields where you have information written down on your yellow sheet. I also want to give you a warning. Be very careful when you're on an input screen like this in a browser. Don't hit backspace unless your cursor is in a field on the screen. If you hit backspace and your cursor isn't in a field, you're telling the browser to go back one screen to the previous screen. If you do that, you will lose any of the information that you input into this screen. So please be very careful with that. All right, so let's look at our yellow citation sheet. This is the information we want to add in. Our author, David E. Newton, title of the ebook, chemical elements, volume, whatever volume yours is, and so on. So let's look and see what NoodleTools is asking us for. First thing it asks us is name of the database. Let me show you a trick so you don't have to type in the whole name of the database. Over here, where it says My Libraries Databases, this is a drop-down menu that lists all the databases we subscribe to. Just look for your database. Remember ours is Gale Virtual Reference Library. Click it, and it automatically puts it into the name of the database field for you. That's a nice little time saver. This field, URL, is the address of the database. It is not a required field. How do you know if a field is required? The red asterisk says required field. So we have to give it name of database. We do not have to give it an address, and we did not record that, so we can skip that field. The next field, most recent date of access. That's when we viewed it, the last time we viewed it. So did we write that down? We did not. So if you want to guess at when you looked at yours, that's fine. I believe I looked at mine in October, so I'm going to say it was about October 31st. You can certainly use that date. That's close enough to what we did. And enter that in. Now we move down to the book section. This is where we'll put in the author, the title, the volume, etc. So where it says Role, we want to hit the drop-down menu and select Author, because we have an author for this. Remember, our author is David E. Newton. But notice the author's name is broken up into 3 fields: first name, middle name, last name. So we want to put David in the first name field, his middle initial E with a period in the middle name field, and then Newton in the last name field. Make sure you capitalize his name. But notice, if I change that to a lowercase n, NoodleTools lets me know. It says check to be sure Newton is capitalized correctly. So it tries to remind you to do the right thing. Okay, here's another required field, title of the book. And if we look, title of our book was Chemical Elements, and we don't yet put in the volume. I'll show you where that goes in a sec. So Chemical Elements, okay, and then right here where it says volume, put your volume number, okay. Next field, publisher. You remember that weird name for our publisher, UXL? So we type in UXL. Our year, that's our publication date. That was 2010. So we put in 2010. Make sure you're clicking into the field to put your cursor in there. Notice how NoodleTools gives you little help messages to help you out if you need it. Those can be very useful. Publication city, if needed. We don't have to type that in. It's not a required field, but we did collect that information, Detroit, so we can enter that in. And that's it. We have put in all the information that we needed to, and now we can hit Submit. Submit is like save. It now saves your citation. You'll see here it is now showing up on the MLA Works Cited screen. It's in MLA format, so it's all nicely formatted for us, and waiting for when we want to generate our Works Cited page. That wasn't so hard, was it? Right, some things to point out on this screen. Once you have a citation, you'll notice that you have this options box over here, the button.